Hey you guys, decided today to go ahead and do the simple quiche. I had a request from, I want to say Sarah Beth. So, and I'm actually going to use some leftover stuff I already have to make it. I'm going to get rid of the rest of my parsley, the rest of that onion from last night. I got some bacon, because I don't have any ham. I thought I had ham. I have turkey and roast beef. And I'm not a big fan of roast beef in egg. Ham goes great in a quiche. Roast beef, not really so much for me. So I'll save it for my sandwiches anyway. But yes, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the onions and the bacon in the pan together to cook. The grease from the bacon will help cook the onions. And then we will get started. Once that's going, we'll get started on everything else. So we'll get the onion done. Already got my cutting board and everything out because I planned ahead. So proud of me. You don't really want a super fine dice on this, but I like a good rough chop. But it's really up to you. How many people actually tune in with this thing? So I'm gonna guess like 4 total, if that. So, but when I had my bacon the other day, when I used it for the carbonara, I took it and I just cut off some off the edge right there. Same thing I'm going to do today. Just chop that off. Good slice right there. Whoop, didn't go all the way through. Okay. Now this is going to go back in here. I'll use the rest of this bacon for something else. Oh, make sure you guys tune in tonight because tonight I'm actually going to be doing lasagna. I'm going to use my own red sauce, but I'm going to be doing lasagna tonight. Turn that on. And the bacon's still got plenty of fat in it right there. That'll help. So you don't have to do any added oil to the onions or anything. I'm going to slice this into what the French call lardons, which is just basically pieces of pork that look a bit like that. So just a little strip of pork, a little strip of bacon, if you can see it. That's all that is. That's a lardon. Traditionally, it's a bigger, like thicker cut. Like when I do beef bourguignon, I do a lot. I get the really, really thick cut bacon, and I do that. Hey, Haley. Or you can actually buy these specific stuff if you want. It's, totally up to you, but those work best for me. So get this moving around so that fat can start rendering off. Again, bacon, we're using bacon, regular bacon, super salty, so I'm not going to add any more salt to the onions or anything. Let's get a bowl so we can start whisking everything up. Get our eggs. I'm going to crack 4 eggs into this bowl. 1, 2. Make sure you crack your eggs on a flat surface, like the counter. Don't crack them on the side of the bowl. Cracking them on the side of the bowl basically pushes more shards of eggshell into the egg itself, and you have a much better chance of getting eggshells in your food. You crack it on a flat surface, the chance of getting eggshells drops drastically. It's still entirely possible, but it drops drastically. I'm going to add some milk. Just for that decadence, we're going to add some heavy cream. Have I opened this yet? Nope, not yet. No worries. Now it's open. You don't want to do full milk or full heavy cream. You want to do a mix. So this is my cheese, which I did not do this beforehand, so now I'm going to change cutting boards. And knives. Well, that's fine. Let's slice this open. This is just basic ass mozzarella, nothing fancy here. The key is, y'all, you can take basic ingredients and actually make it into really good food. People don't really seem to grasp this concept. It's not hard. Like, the main reason I'm doing these videos is to show y'all that you can do this. It's not hard. Anybody can cook. Like your stuff says. Let's get my cheese grater. Move this bowl over here. I'm going to do about, this is an 8-ounce block. I'm going to do about 4 ounces of cheese. So just shred, shred, shred. Oh, this is smelling so good. Do you want to put some garlic or something in here? You know, be my guest. It's only going to help things. I'm just going super simple. Quiche is amazing anytime. Like, I can cook this now. We can have it for breakfast tomorrow morning, which we probably will, the leftovers. It's great hot. It's great cold. It's great room temperature. You can do quiche as a simple dinner one night, like a little side salad. Or put the salad directly on top of the quiche. You're still going to be fine. So I was going to whisk it, but I'll just stick with a fork. Kind of thing. Let's get this going. Stir, stir, stir. We'll get this bacon nice and crispy. By the time the bacon's crispy, the onions will be done. You can cook them separately if you want, but I don't really see the point. But now you whisk, 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 whisk. You can use an electric whisk if you have one. You can put it in a stand mixer. Honestly, that's just more dishes to do. Like, I try to cut back on the dishes if at all possible. So, and I don't mind doing this. So, hello. Thank you, Robert. You want it a nice, pale yellow. Give this another stir. Oh, you tried to jump out. You go back in there. I'm going to add some pepper. We like a lot of pepper. We're going to fill my pepper mill soon. Yes. We got like a fifth full. I guess that means I'm optimistic. The only thing about quiches is while they're amazing and while they're simple, they do take a while to bake. This is going to be in the oven for, speak of the devil, for probably about 45 minutes, if not like 55 to an hour. But you want to put it, heat up your oven to 400, which mine is. I actually preheated my oven this time because I'm learning from my past mistakes, like we all should be doing. And you get it to 400. As soon as you put the quiche in there, drop it down to 350. This gives it an initial blast to kind of like seal it, kind of seal everything in, and then it'll start cooking it slowly. And 350 is the universal baking temperature. That's of course Fahrenheit. For Celsius, it's 180, depending on where you are in the world watching this. So it's currently at 400 Fahrenheit. Which is 200 Celsius, I believe. Not 100% sure, 205, something like that. I like to make sure these are incredibly mixed. Because the more you whip the eggs, the smoother and creamier they're going to be. So, some salt in there. Not a whole lot, because again, we got this bacon onion mixture going in a couple minutes. And that's going to be nice and salty. One of the things is, when this is done, I'm going to transfer it to my cutting board and spread it out because I want it to cool down. It's going to cook 100%, but I want it to cool down some before it actually goes into the egg mixture, because then it's going to start cooking the eggs immediately, and that's not what we want. We want everything to cook nice and evenly, and when it goes into the oven, you want to have it set up so you can put it all in. Go ahead and turn this off so the residual heat needs to do its job. You want everything to be able to go in and be nice and creamy and smooth and delicious. Get some pepper in here too. Notice I'm mixing really well after every addition. Go ahead, cheese in here. It's just about 4 ounces, about half the block. The block's 8 ounces, so. You can use whatever cheese you want. Honestly, I'm going to top it with some Parm when this is all said and done. But now that my bacon's pretty much done, scrape all those little bits off the bottom. Gonna lay it out on my cutting board, spread it out so it can cool down. Then I'm gonna get the pie crust ready. You can blind bake your pie crust. That's more of a preference thing, really. A little soggy bottom doesn't bother me. But if you want that nice crispy bottom on your pie crust, you can, of course, always do the blind bake. Blind baking. You are making too much noise. So you come over here now. Blind baking is just putting your pie crust in your pie pan. Pie crust, pie pan. Layering the top of it with parchment paper or some aluminum foil or whatever you have. Then filling it with pie weights. They sell little marbles as pie weights. Don't buy that. Those are ridiculous. What you can do is get you a Ziploc bag, like one of the quart ones, fill it with rice, and then use that rice to bake it. Like put your pie crust in your pie pan, aluminum foil on top, and then fill it with like a quart of rice. Rice is insanely dirt cheap, and you can use it over and over again. Just like put it in the bag, label it as like, you know, baking rice. So you don't like accidentally try to use it for dinner one night. 'Cause I'm not sure how that would work, honestly. I'm not sure if it would actually work well or not. I don't do a lot of blind baking, in all fairness. But I'm pushing the crust in, out, and over the edges as best I can. So I want to push it completely over the edge, all the way around. Give me 1 second, I'll show you what I'm doing. You can see why I'm doing it. So, got the edges all the way around like that. Now, I'm simply going to take my knife, this is the clean knife, and scrape around the edge to get a nice, even crust. A little bit of extra there, and there's the pie crust. Nice, even. It looks better this way too. One thing to remind, that since you're doing like a pre-made pie crust, you want to dock it, which just basically means take a fork and stab the bottom a few times. This way, if any air pockets form beneath the crust and above the pie tin, like in that little area, the air has a chance to escape. And it won't like buckle up on you. But let's go ahead and get this in here. This is sufficiently cooled down to where it can't cook anything now. Stir, 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 stir. These eggs are still a nice pale yellow. The heavy cream in the milk edition really helps that. But here's a tricky part that a lot of people freak out about. I like to taste it for seasoning. I'm very well aware that this is raw egg. This is something that honestly doesn't concern me particularly. I've had raw egg 1,007 times. It's never hurt me before. I don't think it ever will. But I like to test for seasoning just a little bit. That actually is phenomenal. So, yes. Love that. Get some more of my parsley over here. That's done. That bit's done. Let's stem this real fast. The pie crust is ready to go. Just want to get some stemmed parsley, mix it in for a little bit of that fresh green. It'll be a great contrast against the red onions and, you know, in the bacon, like the red bacon. Because the first thing we always do is we always eat with our eyes. That's why if you've ever ordered a burger from a fast food place, you know it looks nothing like the one you actually ordered because they don't care. They have people who actually do the food prep in those things and stage it. Like, they spend hours making it look as absolutely mouth-watering, delicious as possible. But it does not, it's never actually edible by the time they're done. But there's videos of food staging you can find. Let's see. Some quick examples. If you ever see ice cream in a video, it is always shortening. Like, always, guaranteed, without a doubt. Shortening doesn't melt, ice cream does. And it'll be under lights for like an hour or two usually. Whipped cream is always shaving cream. Let's see. Maple syrup. You ever see maple syrup being poured over pancakes in a TV commercial? It is literally motor oil. Every single time. Motor oil does not absorb into the pancakes like syrup does. So, yeah, just a couple little fun facts. But we got this in here. Go ahead. Pour this very gently and gingerly into our pie crust. Use our fork to kind of spread out the fillings if they decided they wanted to clump up in the center. Because you want every bite to taste good, not just that one little bit. So spread everything out nice and even. Oh, piece of cheese got stuck to the fork. It happens. That's done. Now, this next step is entirely optional. I like to do it. I bring it over to like my counter. Get this out of the way real quick. And I just like to kind of drop it from a 1/2 inch or so. Because there are going to be air bubbles that form on the inside, like in the egg mixture itself. And I want to get those out because it's not going to look great once it's fully baked. But that looks phenomenal. Little more fresh cracked pepper on top. And now we grab the Parmesan. It's easy open, so they say. Oh, that was pretty easy. Parmesan, trusty microplane. I'm not going to do a lot. I just want a little coating on the top. Go all around it. There we go. See, that was like maybe an ounce at that. Not even that. God, that was like 1/2 ounce. But just enough for me to see it with my naked eye before it goes into the oven. But let's get our oven door open. Actually, before we do that, let's make our lives a little bit easier. Let's get a pan that we can grab onto better. Carefully set that on the pan. Then we're going to use this to transfer the whole thing into the oven. Push down our crust right there. I just picked the... What the hell did I just say? Jesus Christ. Push that in. Real gentle. And then immediately, oven at 350. Yeah, I know you're too hot right now. But, yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Now just wait. You can serve it with like a salad. You can serve it with, honestly, anything you want. Topping wise... like fresh diced tomatoes go great on top of something like that. I might actually do some of those. I think I have a few tomatoes in the fridge. So, yeah, I'm going to get some tomatoes for the topping. But, yeah, just real simple. Any kind of meats, any kind of cheeses you want to do. As long as you like the combination, it should work. And if you find it doesn't really work, then you know for next time. But at least you have a meal in front of you at this point that you made. So... I've been out to a dozen restaurants in my life that had quiche, and it was always like $12 for the quiche. You saw what I just spent. Like, the bacon was $3 for the whole pack. The milk was $2. The heavy cream was like $3. Parsley was $1. The eggs were $2 for 18. So for that, and the pie crust was like, I think maybe $3. Parmesan was like 4. The cheese was like 2. I don't know that math, but that math basically says I can make a shit ton of quiche for what I would pay for one in a restaurant. As you guys, please just stay home. Like, it's not hard. Like, it literally involves doing nothing. Keep your ass at home. Life isn't as hard as y'all are making it out to be. We got to get through this shit. Like, I want to go back out and do my everything. So, yes. But thank y'all very much for watching. This is going to be a while baking, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the video. And I will post the picture of everything when it comes out after I dice up the tomatoes and put it on there. But again, thank y'all very much for watching. Hope to see y'all again soon.